Okay. Um, so the reason why I continuously put things in perspective is as much as they try to make you accept this manipulation as if it's something happening naturally, I will continuously put things in perspective because I do see the power of putting things in the air in the sense of saying things that needs to be said. Because for these bottom feeders that torments us, they want to accept their own fantasies, their manipulations, and I'm not doing that. 2 seconds ago, I live by the a highway, and so I could hear a cop just try to. They feed off as target individuals. We are what we call human subjects. They want us to break us down for the purpose of this program. It's a long process of torments and torture, and this is happening all around the world. And the people running this program are in these governmental entities. Now, this is the reality. We're surrounded by this psyop of fantasy of trash of all sorts. They're like childlike individuals. They are delusional trash. But they're playing this like gimmicky reality, right? They truly have to sound in certain ways. They're truly trying to get you to accept this fantasy they put together, this reality. And we are human subject in this program where the most advanced technology coming from these entities who happen to have a bunch of pedophiles in these agencies. As much as these people try to escape in their fantasy, reality always comes in, always. They, as distorted, which they like to call their reality consists of the distortions of reality. But reality is there. And it's going to come back at any point. They cannot escape reality, even when they create this distorted reality. At one point or another, the reality of what they're involving themselves in and participating in will come to them. And who is them? Is these perps that involve themselves in the program where they are implementing these tactics in order to get the results from target individuals who are men, women, and children. And they utilize the most disturbing things. Now, they want to make you forget this reality. And they start distorting reality. They create a psyop. Target individual, we start believing that this is a cult doing this thing to us. The Russian mafia, the Russian government, the Chinese, everything, like coming up with some. When in reality, this is domestically done by entities that are related to our own, to the government of these countries, by Department of Defense entities. This is who's running this program. Not these bottom feeders coming up with this bullshit. To me, the psyops are just so childlike. And like, do you ever think that I look at you and like, oh my gosh, you guys are the people in charge? Some of them, they even sound like children. And they use these childlike individuals because they want to agitate you. The reality is like, you can't even say the name of a pedophile. Do you understand how bottom feeder you are? Reality is not gonna, I'm not gonna let you escape into that fantasy. Humiliations of reality, that's what they deal with. So with me per se, the psyop I'm surrounded by is this group of people that are pretending and looking, try to create this psyop of we are protecting the community. We are this femme fatale women. You abuse children. You are here because you're a pedophile and we're protecting our children from you. When in reality, they are disgusting trash that are trying to manipulate most target individuals with V2K, with synthetic telepathy. One thing we most of us endure is this disturbing manipulation where they make us think about children in these pedophilia ways, in these sexual ways. They are literally conditioning our brain in these disturbing ways. Let me say how disturbing it is. You will hear that they can create a modulate dreams, right? And meaning they can make you have dreams that are just like vivid and like they create. It's so disturbing. If you listen to target individuals, you'll hear some things that are super similar. That's when you know there's like validations. Now, who can come up with like, oh, even my dreams are being modulated? Like these similarities are just showing that how protocol this thing is, how systematic this thing is. They, and it's funny, they try to do everything to discredit you, right? But how can I can you discredit me when somebody else is saying the same thing? Did I call that person, hey, I see the same thing? Matter of fact, did I call this person 10 years ago and say, hey, 10 years from now I'll be saying the same thing? So, and for example, this dream was so disturbing, and it was trying to make me dream about this child in this sexual way. It was so disturbing. And then they would try to make you feel nervous about the way they made you dream about these children. It was so disturbing. And I could feel my heart being forced to beat harder to try to create a false anxiety. And then I would hear this trash talking to me, because once you're a target individual, one thing you could hear a lot is like these people interacting with you via this V2K technology. Right? You hear a lot of that, and they say things that are degrading, disturbing, and try to confuse you, or try to make you be subscriptive of something that is falsified. And this person would talk to me as if I should feel guilty for this trash literally making me have dreams like that. But I know what they make us dream like this. They try to program you in these ways, to train your brain to look at kids in a sexual way. It's not stop. When it starts, it's just continuously get you sexual stimulations, reactions, anything to try to make you think about kids non-stop, about in these disturbing ways, changing your memories too, to try to make you accept what's happening. It is so disturbing. And they were doing this. And then they'll go to different dreams, and then they will make me, and the one thing they like to do is so disturbing. They will like make me think of like sexual moments with women, and as I'm having this, it starts stimulating me, and then shift my thoughts into thinking about children, to condition my brain, to program my brain in this pedophilia ways. Now, this is not unique to me. But the most disturbing thing about these people doing this thing to me, they think because of the psyop they've presented. One of the psyop that is the most disturbing psyop is that they try to be like, we are this group of women, we are this daring women, this femme fatale type of group of women. What kind of be it? So because it's daring when we do it. We're women who are so like daring and fierce and strong, and we're daring to do it when they're just low. This is so disturbing, because they think, based on their psyop, that this makes them the fierce one. But when others, like delusional trash, that first of all, they are destroying those women who are fierce, who are daring, who will take their life, who put their life in jeopardy and dare to live a life that put their life in danger. Those are fierce women. You are just a low life, coward, low life. You're a trash, bottom feeder, a nasty, foul human being who's a coward, trash, involved in a program that does it. You have ruined those real fierce, daring women who will put themselves in a real situation for the betterment of a society. You're just an opportunist, trash, fraud, who's just an opportunist, who is a loser, a trash human being. And you, if you're what you were and calling yourself, you know what you'll be daring to do? You'll be daring to be in the streets talking about what's happening to these men and women and children all around the world, being raped and tortured and tormented by this technology. You are just a trash bottom feeders who is trying to present yourself in certain ways, and who want to sell this fantasy and participate in a program that is literally try to rewire men and women in these disturbing ways. Nothing that's happening to me is unique to me. Now, so I understand you're a psyop. You thought I was going to look at you and think, oh my gosh, wow, because you are involved and you look so like fierce. No, you're trash, and you're worse than these bottom feeders that are men who aren't trying to present this facade. You're worse than them, because at least this trash knows they're trash. They make themselves sound however they want. Well, we're men, but look, they know they're trash. This is a current bottom feeder, trash, low lifeness. No matter how you sound, you try to present like this is daring. So trash ass. So they make me have these disturbing dreams and try to make me subscribe. And they're like, oh, we're winners. You're a loser. You can't even speak about this pedophile name. I know what you are. You're a psyop. Let me say his name in front of you. Watch what happens. I'm not talking about a magical being. He's not God. Why are you so nervous when I say his name? A pedophile. That you can't even say his name. Look how coward you are. A pedophile. I was like, you're gonna hurt me? You can't even say the name of this pedophile. The reason why you can hurt me, or I can be tortured in these ways, or with your knife or your rope or whatever BS thing you try to come up to counter the reality and distort reality, is because you can't say the name of this pedophile. That target individual, for me, I've been blessed to have this to put things in perspective. And I like the way this try to counter that's like, oh, it's not fair. So what? It's not fair for you, but it's fair for me, because they have these tactics of trying to gaslight you, right? Try to create this bubble of fantasy of dumbness that I'm not subscribing to. But having these things, like knowing that you can say the name of these people, knowing that the entities that are running this program feel pedophile, those are a way to kind of stop this gaslighting tactics. Like, yeah, oh really? You're protecting children? Not only that, you are here torturing women and children, but on top of that, this entity is constructing your trash ass are filled with pedophiles, and it's not even just like, it's just like openly done. It's not even, they're not even trying. It's not like, oh my gosh, we try to verify them before. No, they are downloading child porn on their government computers, and sometimes they're so careless. They don't give a F about it so much that they can walk around, leave the computer unattended where they have the government computer unattended where there's child porn, and that's how they get busted, because they really just make it too obvious. So you think, how do you think I look at you guys? And the manipulations, everything you do to me has been said to others. All of this is fair to me because it helps me see things for what they are. As he read this cup, he used the speaker. So one thing I've noticed that they feed off this technology is like the result of what they try to do is to try to create some sense of anxiety, of fear. They don't want you to feel calm and relaxing and not scared. They want you to be scared of something. And they tell you things like you might experience, right? That you experience that at some point. And so, and right now they just try to make me retarded. And so they want you to be scared. I'm just watching this thing. I guess I'm relaxing. I'm focusing on one. And this cop say, hey, everybody where you're gonna go is gonna rape you. Because what they try to say is, I'm gonna be framed, right? Somebody here is gonna frame me, right? Now they try to make it seem cool, like framing is cool. And I was like, we're framing you. They try to they think that tonalities changes what they're part of. That's how childlike they is. Like they try to, so that's daring. That's brave. We're gonna frame you. Yeah, you frame and you torture children too. And the entities running this program feel pedophile. You torture children, even infants are being tortured. You fucking trash. So framing me is nothing in comparison to how nasty things can get to even the most vulnerable. You're that kind of shit. You're that kind of savage. So he says that. I'm like, listen, I know cops are involved in this. I know the law enforcement is involved in this program. Of course I know that. I know because women have said that. And this bottom feels like, no, it's our cops. It's our man. It's trash. Those are the same cops that will do that to a woman if she's in the program. You are the same trash that will do that to a woman. And some of them are like, no, but you're the first. You think you are the one running this program? You think the people doing this thing to me don't have the same people doing that to women and children? Trash ass. And they try to go back into whatever torture I'm going to experience. It's going to be insane. They're going to frame you. They're going to torture you. They're going to do so. It's like, listen, all of that can happen to me. You can't say the name of a pedophile. Roy Moore. As they try to play with their fantasy. Exactly. With me, one thing I've noticed within my time of being a target individual is a lot of people in front of me have dumbed themselves down at one point or another, and somehow, while they were dumbing themselves, something always happened to them. Always. Or not even to them, but to people they care for, or something they were just ignoring because they were just lost in this fantasy they put together. They was just focusing these manipulations and this try to create it, and like something comes and warn them for reality coming. While these people are like, we're warning you. No, you're not even warning me. Well, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to distract me, disorient me with the tortures that I'm going to experience. Well, you're being warned by some kind of thing that reality is going to come to you. Okay. Say this man's name. He's like, you see how nothing you are? Oh, he's nothing. Say his name. Okay. Patterns of pedophilia. Oh, patterns. We talk about patterns of pedophilia. Okay. Yeah. So, like, the issues that they try to block it out is so disturbing. Target individual. Go read that BuzzFeed article. CIA cover-up of pedophiles. It's not only the CIA, that's the thing. It's like all this agency. You will be disturbed. Disturbed. And then you know the targeting is so pedophilia centric, you'll be like, sometimes I don't know if it's a correlation, but just the fact that these people, these entities who are running this program, this trash next door, this nothingness, it's just a way to kind of disorient reality. I do nothings. They're opportunists. They get some whatever incentives. They go, and I know the incentive can be really good. Now, I don't know if this financial only, if it's more than that, but there's a lot of good things that can come in regard to financial and other incentive for them to do this. But the people running these programs, oh my gosh, it is disturbing. The pedophilia things. You know, I remember at the time they were like, oh, we're verifying. It's like, trash, look at what's going on in this entities. We are verifying what? Trash. She was ran by pedophiles. It's just crazy. These pedophiles are so free. Can you imagine? Target individual. This is just kind of give you an idea of how careless, and not even careless, how they don't care. This how free they feel about their pedophilia. You imagine you're using your work computer. You are using your own work computer to download. Let's just say even just let's just say regular porn. Like just regular porn, adult regular porn. Would you even try to do this? These people don't give a shit to the point where they not only, it's not even just porn. They were watching child porn on the government computers and using government Wi-Fi. What kind of like carelessness, like freedom of, let's say fair of in this entities? What kind of like just don't give her a shit. Not even like, imagine you, target individual. You at work, they give you these computers, and can you even think about even going and watch just regular porn on that computer? It's not even porn that they're watching. It's child porn. Child porn. And using government Wi-Fi. Do you understand? And the people that got caught, that's how they got caught. You know how it's like they just unattended, just there. It's not like they could have gotten their own laptops. No. Taking this is so disturbing. So disturbing. And this trash, who are just the bottom feeders, you just try to counter and disorient reality and manipulate people in these disturbing ways, because that's how this goes. These protocols are like that. And these things that bring reality, that warns them of reality, that tell you, okay, do your thing. But don't call yourself brave. And when this receipt is collected, you've been warned. You've been warned. Your God, say this man's name, this guy's name. Okay, your God, when I come collect, do not ask why. You've been warned. You protecting children? Okay. Okay, yeah. All of that, yes. You've been warned. Oh, you what? Okay. Who's Roe versus Wade? Okay. You've been warned. It's your money, huh? Yeah. Do whatever you want to him, but reality, you've been warned. This thing is so disturbing. So with me, throughout the day, and even yesterday, they were manipulating me. They made me have these sexual dreams. And at one point, there was like this little baby they made me dream about, and they didn't make me have sexual, like no sexual imagination about this baby, but they gave me the stimulations they make me have. It's like, now we mapped it to you when you were a kid. It was trash. And they send these retards to see these things. It's like, now we dare to make you think the way you trash. The pedophiles renowned to be manipulating people these ways. And they always send people who sound a certain way. I don't know if they are children, but they sound like children. They sound like they have the sense, like it's people that you will never take in regard of like seriously. It's people that they're sending you because they need somebody who's retarded to say what you just said. You're supposed to agitate me when you talk to me. And they use this different tonality that are supposed to make me agitated. It's like, you see how sad you are? Even with the technology. They're like, oh, they're so pathetic. They're making me feel, and they're like, oh, the stimulation you felt like when you were a kid, they're trash. You do the pedophilia type of torture. And then they would try to talk about, remember what you did as a kid. It's like, pfft. And listen, it was so bad. I was with this woman, and her and her friends were trying to be like, make me think of like, she was telling me, oh, remember when I was a child of like 5 years old or something like that, this and that happened, just talking, and I remember doing this and that, and then like they tried to bring up me as a 8th grader, right, middle school, just turned 14 years old, 13, 14, but like either about to turn 14 or just turned 14. And as I'm saying that, they tried to do something in my mouth. And so they're like, oh, I remember what you did. And I was like, listen, you have to exaggerate what I did as a child. But this thing was so impulsive that me I don't even remember doing, like, it was just such a like impulsive moment, like of a child. Like we as kids, we remember things that we did, but when things were so impulsive and you just block it out. That was a moment in my childhood that was just so impulsive that and it was not the things they exaggerate to. And it's funny, I remember like talking to a cousin, and it's like, oh, I haven't seen him in a long time. He's talking about him and his children and everything. It's like, oh yeah, I think they don't even remember you. And that was before this. So I was like, oh yeah, okay. And they're like, you see that, they like stupid things. Listen, whatever I did when I was a child to myself is something a child is capable of doing. I understand, they know that. But she was talking about that, and then she was talking to her friend, and her friend who had like a little girl, who happened to be autistic. They told me about her later on, and I was like, do you know I know that you torture children as young as 4 years old? Forget about the pedophilia type of torture, the psychological torments, but some of the things, the harmful things they do to kids directly is just disgusting. So where is the emotions you have? How do you feel? Okay, imagine that daughter, that kid, that baby, who's this baby who kind of was different with autism. Imagine they torture this poor little baby. You see, you guys, what happened to these emotions? It doesn't matter because it's this target individual. I will lose my if I knew that the program I'm involved in includes doing these horrible things to even babies. Like, I could never. And I have children. So when they do this to babies, what happened to these babies? Those are not our children. Never. And then I have to talk about this stupidity of a child doing something stupid like that impulsively when I'm in a program that's literally doing this sexual torture on babies. Nah. Never. And then they go into the pedophilia things. They will even try to make the way they can just distort memories and manipulate and disorient you is just, you become almost damn near retarded. But to see these people, because they have, gaslighting is a method of trying to create a systematic method of trying to make somebody believe of a false reality or acceptive of something that's falsified. And so to do this, you have to act accordingly. Let's just say I become somebody in this program and I need to gaslight somebody. I need to dumb myself down. I need to be like, oh my God, oh my God, what was that? Like, I need to do this. Or the target is not gonna be like, oh, if I'm like, oh, that's stupid. It's like, if I do like that, that's just stupid. Wait, what? That ain't killing. If I did that, the target individual would be like, oh yeah, that's true. That's validating. No, but you gotta be, oh my God, what you did as an idiot. I'm in a program that's out here sexually torturing children. We do the pedophilia type of torture is done systematically. You heard so many other testimonials to validate people that you know have no idea. They are describing the exact, like I'm talking about exact same thing that you're saying. And literally somebody saying, this happens and then I get this pedophilia type of torture. Almost all target individuals, like, but I'm like, I'm supposed to love her, yeah. Almost all, huh? Oh, no, we mapped it to you as a kid. No. That's how I have to act as a gaslighting individual. I have to kind of try to minimize reality. It's like, really? Oh. I was like, no, you're going to pay for that. Like, they have to create this childlike, gimmicky reality. And it's done systematically. Everybody around you have to act the same way. Oh, they're going to torture you. Diverging, changing subject immediately. So, these things will happen to me. I will look at, man, there's ads of babies, little black girls. So what do you do, little black girls? No, we matter, it's you. It's you, little girls, it's you. You see that, and they make me have real reaction. But some of the reaction is so stupid. I have like something in my tooth. I have like food within, like between my teeth. And I'm trying to get the food using my tongue, trying to get the food out. And they'll make me do that right before I see a picture of a child. Like, you see what you're doing with your tongue there, try to get the food. That's proof. You see, you want to do something. This is the kind of things they start trying to create to dumb you down, to make you accepting of these pedophilia things. So I will see a child, those ads with little girls, and they'll give me some weird feelings and sensation that they can manipulate me to have. They do these stimulations. It's like, no, we mapped it. That's you. That's so you. Trash. You know, I used to watch these things all the time. You think I would look at an ad again? Oh my God, oh. Of course I know. But they're trying to get you to be thinking that this is natural. And they make it, oh my gosh, our babies, our girls, for our girls. First of all, you just heard the problem with these agencies. You understand? And all they go into, oh, you're going to be castrated. Oh, wow. You know what? You don't do the pedophilia type of torture because I'm going to be castrated. You won. You can say the pedophile's name. These entities are filled with pedophiles, and you torture children sexually. I'm going to be castrated, though. And you're a winner. And you're something who cannot speak about a pedophile. You see? And it starts making themselves sound like that. I was like, really? I could die in the street over there, but I'm free to say the name pedophile. The name of this pedophile. You can't even say that. Trash, you are in a program that's torturing your children and suffocating. I'd rather get castrated. Maybe I can slowly die. Maybe it's like you're going to die slow. It's like I can die slow and you can slowly not say Roy Moore. Do you understand? They've been humiliated by reality. And it's boring to them, but I'm sorry. I'm not going to let you escape. I was walking back here. I wish I would have captured. I can see something running by me. At first, I was like, I can't be just a little girl running by herself, just running in the streets. As I'm saying that, they're doing something. And then I kind of look at the reflection, and I, of course, I have my camera to try to whatever they do to me. It didn't capture that. I could see something, but I wasn't sure. I was like, is that a child? Is that an adult? I was like, nah, can't be a child. They're not going to let just a child running around in the street like that. What if this child running on the road or something? I was like, no, it can't be. Maybe it's not a child. Maybe I'm just like sometimes they can make you perceive things that are not there. It's like maybe maybe I'm not seeing it. Something's being manipulated. Maybe it's not, because they wouldn't let a child just run around like that. Like we're talking about in the streets, because this is not a safe. Listen, people, there is real crime here. And I look at the reflection and I see actually a little baby, a little girl. Of course they could do a stimulation. Matter of fact, when I was getting out of this place, they were doing things to my genitals, my testicles. And so they would try to aim. It's like, my gosh, look how sad it is. They're even willing to put these kids in danger. Not even because I'm not a danger for sure. For me, to them, I'm a game. I'm like a thing they just play with, right? They manipulate me. But danger is in this kid can just be easily, somebody can do something to this kid, or that kid can run in the street and boop, get hit by a car. We're talking about like a little 4, 5 year old kid, a baby, just running around. I'm like, this is so sad. Just so they can do these pedophile things, and they're like, no, we mapped it to you when you were a kid. You're gonna starve. It's like, I'd rather starve. I understand what I mean. Target individual, one, not only they manipulate you, but they also want you to be acceptive of this false persona. You know, it's funny. I was looking at this thing that I didn't know what building it was. I saw like working. I was asking, what kind of building is that? And this person's like, oh, it's children things. Like, I was like, okay, like just like, and they're like, oh, you see, you're like, because for me, I have this tendency when somebody talks to me, and I'm like, oh, okay, oh. It's like, no, you're trying to say, like children, and you hear this trust like, oh, you're gonna die, you're gonna die. They just rewire reality and distort reality. This like thing is just crazy, because I'm naturally, when somebody, even when I'm not even paying attention to what you're saying, I think, oh, okay, okay, I might not even pay attention, but I'm just like want to sound like, oh, okay, oh, good to know, interesting, oh. It's like, you see like, target individual. These people are living off a distorted reality. The reality they live in is distorted, but you have to understand that you also do not subscribe to this distorted reality. See things for what they are. I'm not giving you ways to escape this thing. I don't have that answer. But one thing I've noticed is they want us to be acceptive of these psyops. And these people who can try to dehumanize you, like you're nothing, and it won't, have been humiliated, because as they call you a nothing, they've been humiliated. I can make these people turn red without even doing anything to them. Oh, it's something. Come over here. Say his name. Oh, okay, you're the something. I'd rather be the nothing. Oh, be castrated. Okay, I'll be castrated. You can say the name of this person. Okay, do you think that's gonna compensate? Oh, castrate me again. Matter of fact, what they should do, they should castrate me, put me back together, and recastrate me. Maybe that's gonna change that. They leave off things to try to compensate reality. No. Reality will come. I hear somebody say jack off because they try to talk about me as a kid. They are here torturing babies. Well, what do you see to people involved in that? Suffocating kids and all. Some of them with Down syndrome. Trash. Tell my target individuals, stay strong. Never subscribe to this nastiness.